everyone, thank you so much for tuning in with me. I really wanted to share this video because I get lots of questions on how are you taking care of yourself. I've watched you and you be an inspiration on social media with you getting healthier. Now, the number one thing I like to share is remember, you guys, I'm in wellness. At least I was in my career prior to this big brain tumor life journey that I'm on now. And so I every day had a passion for teaching people how to live well. Therefore, educated myself on how to do that scientifically and lifestyle-wise, living it myself. So I get questions on how do I eat and how do I eat well for myself. Let me give you just some quick tips. I want this to be a fast and easy video that you can implement in your own life or share with others that you know that need to implement new behaviors into their lives, whether they want to lose weight. That's not what this is for. This is ultimately for you to just eat in a way that's healthy for your body. Eat in a way if you have cancer and you need to help your body fight back with some human controlled tips, right? Okay, so getting started is my number one thing that I prioritize in my every single day life whenever I have a meal. Is it must contain 3 items. If you've ever seen me present anywhere in my previous career, you might have an idea of what they are, but they are protein, they are fiber, and they are healthy fats. Now, specifically, when I say fiber, please know that I am referring to things like fruits and vegetables. I'm going straight down the pathway of phytonutrients, things that have color, things that give you fiber naturally, not things like Fiber One bars, granola, bread, promoted items that say fiber on them. That's not what I'm referring to. I'm referring to fiber in a wholesome way, okay? So that's what I'm talking about when I say fiber. When I say protein, I don't care if you're a vegetarian, a vegan, or a regular protein animal consumer. We have to include protein. Protein helps us to develop amino acids and grow our muscles and helps protect our body and keeps us full and satiated. So it's really, really important, dependent on what way you'd like to get them in. And then lastly, healthy fats. We have grown up in a world that still today talks about low-fat foods, especially in like the yogurt industry. I've noticed that a lot, where it's low-fat still, or low-fat milk, things we're drinking like that. We do need good omega-3s to help us feel satiated, full, and satisfied. Also gives us energy in our brains. And girl, and I will say, me as a girl with brain cancer, I care about having a healthy, nourished, and energized brain. So those 3 items: protein, fiber, healthy fats, forever. Doesn't matter who you are, what you're doing, what your goals are. Now, what's most important with cancer, since this is for me and this is the angle I'm coming at with what I'm focused on today, is having foods that are rich in cruciferous, sorry, hard word to pronounce, vegetables, primarily. Vegetables is something that we're lacking in, period. So before I get into specifics of what type of vegetable to focus on, I want you to focus on getting vegetables in, period. I don't care if it's one of those cheap mixed vegetable bags that you get at the dollar store pretty much, or if it's a quality organic Brussels sprout. It doesn't matter what kind it is. I want you to focus on starting here because not enough of us get enough vegetables in daily. We truly should be eating anywhere between 6 to 8 servings of vegetables every day, and this is looking at your plate and seeing at least half of it covered. A handful is a serving, and that's not nearly as bad or as big as it sounds, okay? So know that we start there. Cruciferous vegetables, though, however, these are vegetables that help us to have phytonutrients that detoxify our body and help us to not damage cells, ultimately. So with me having a type of mutated brain tumor that is growing, I don't want the cells to be damaged. I want them to actually be destroyed, but I don't want there to be any new growth because of my tumor in my head. Or anybody else who has because I specifically have brain tumor, it shouldn't be known to spread anywhere. The only cause or only thing that could have happened was that spinal cancer. But because it's likely to not grow any further or in any other ways, other cancers can. So let's try our best to not grow or damage, let's not damage anything that we shouldn't be damaging. So cruciferous vegetables are our helpers. They are our power punchers for us in our eating well journey to help heal our body from cancer. Now, a cruciferous vegetable is something that is dark and rich in color. It is Brussels sprouts, it is kale, it is arugula, it's bok choy. There's a ton of them. If you're ever unsure, you don't know how to spell cruciferous, I can help you by spelling it for you if you ask me, but you can Google it and you can get a long list of them. They exist and they're everywhere and they're going to help your body. Now, also please know that with me being a cancer patient going through chemotherapy on a regular basis, I'm not employed right now. I'm not working for my favorite company, E2 Health. Shout out to them. I'm not working for them, but I am on a budget. I'm on a very big budget because we've got big bills to pay off for medical bills, and Dave is starting a new business. So we are cautious about what we are doing with our money and how we are buying food. Now, that doesn't mean we are so cheap that we are not buying healthy food, because we are still prioritizing that, but we have a budget. And I think that setting budgets related to nutrition is hugely important and is hugely going to make a difference for you and your family. So you're not digging a hole just for your health. We want you to dig a hole for your health, but not in a negative way. So we set a budget for the month. We use cash. We go to the ATM, deposit it. We make sure that we're not just swiping our card and calling it good. We're cautious. So know that can be really helpful. But again, we are also prioritizing quality. So things like protein, we're making sure that it's grass-fed or organic. We're making sure we're prioritizing that for shopping purposes. There is a Dirty Dozen and a Clean 15. The Dirty Dozen is what you want to focus on being organic. If it's in the Clean 15, don't waste your dollars on buying the organic, just for example, banana, right? So just make sure that it falls in the Dirty Dozen, you're prioritizing that, and you're following your budget to the best of your ability. Now, lastly, for people who are suffering with this brain or any form of cancer, doesn't matter what it is, nausea is a huge struggler for me still today. I focus a lot on using herbs and using essential oils, and also prioritizing what I do right away in the morning for breakfast. So let's start with earlier in the day, and I'm going to make this a quick story for you guys. When I first wake up, I can be super nauseous right away, that I actually have like plain-based food, like crackers, plain-based popcorn, things like that next to my bed in case I need to insert food and have it in my mouth right away based on nausea level. I also have essential oils next to my bed too that I can inhale and help me, because there's a lot of sensitivities when you have cancer, when you're on chemo medication, that can impact senses. So scent is a big, large one for me. So if you make steak and I'm nauseous, we're in trouble. But thankfully, that has not been the problem lately, based on having these strategic measures in place. And then also using products, things like ginger. So that's not a product, but a scent or a food. Using ginger can be helpful in cooking as a spice or as a food product that you're ingesting into your body. Also, I've noticed with having bone broth for breakfast, kind of as a drinkable bone broth, it also helps settle everything, and then there you can add spices, things like ginger, things like garlic, also help with bringing down nausea in so many different ways. I also have these wrist bracelets that are called C-bands that can help your body, because right here on your wrist is where your system can be triggered and turned off to help help your body function and not be nauseous ultimately. So this is my quick 101 that I could give to you today, less than 10-minute video on how to eat when you have cancer. What are the basics? what can you implement, and how can you feel great? Hopefully this is helpful. Have a great rest of your day.